Good evening. Good evening, folks. Fashionably late, but made it nonetheless. This is my second week into being the age of 47. Not much has changed. The only thing that's changed are the days. And maybe my body accelerating internally, aging. But is that not what every human being that is experiencing life go through on a moment-by-moment basis? Yes. It is just an unnecessarily sophisticated way of saying I'm getting older. But unless you're dead, you're always getting older. To me, like, when people say I'm getting older, yo, like, everybody is. What are you talking about? Who isn't getting older? You know what I mean? Dead people. That's what we do. It's overcast here in Springfield, Mass. On my way back to Hartford, Connecticut. The weekend was. What did I do this weekend? It was pretty uneventful. The highlight of my weekend was going to Walmart to buy a new PlayStation controller for the PS5 because the one that came with the system is just everything is dragging to the left and it just be losing signal and all. It was time to get it one. I've had my PS5 for about 5 years now, so you know the accessories they start to go there here and there. And you got to replace and update, just like human body parts. You know what I mean? Your eyes start to grow. You got to get glasses. You know what I'm saying? You get bunions on your feet. You got to get insoles. Just like our video game consoles and our cars, you know, the tires get bald. You got to get new tires. The same thing happens with the human body. You know, certain parts become less optimal, and so you got to upgrade. So I had to upgrade the controller, which I'm very happy with. I'm a gamer. I'm gonna be a gamer until I can't game them, until I can't use my hands. And even then, there's still ways to game. There's dudes that, you know, they had like tragic accidents, and they can only use their head. I seen dudes playing like Call of Duty with their head. Just they be having like the controller in their mouth, and they just like the controller is just designed a way where their jaws and their tongue could just activate all the buttons effectively. You know what I mean? They be getting mad kills with their tongue. They're not even porn stars. They just be getting. I don't want to, you know, if I gotta be that guy, if that's, you know, I always think of the most morbid things, like, what if I became blind? Like, how do blind people play video games? You just play by the sounds? That's the worst. If you love video games and you blind, you just listen to the sounds and stuff, man. Like, oh my God, that's awful. How do you win when you can't see nothing? How do you even understand the concept of winning a game that requires sight? I can't even like fathom a game that is based on sound only. I think I'm gonna have to look that up. Games that are just sound only. So it's like, what do you hear? Certain sounds. You think it's one sound, and then you go over there, and then nobody's there. That's how you lose the game. Or maybe your job is like you hear certain sounds, and then you have to say what it is. And if you get those wrong, then you lose the game or you lose points. Like you hear, like, oh, that's a cow. But it's really like some weird ass chicken. You know what I mean? Wrong, you know? So you gotta have things with like analogous sounds, similar sounds, and I mean, you know, being blind, that's terrible, man. I mean, some blind people make some of the most greatest music of all time. Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. There was a blind barbershop quartet from down south. I forget who they was called. A blind barbershop quartet. Raul Madone. He's dope, man. Yeah, that song. Sunshine, when you're with me, I can fly. He was like real big, like in like the 2006, 2007 era. Yeah, man. They make fantastic music, but they will never understand the beauty of video games. I'm not even talking about anything else that you can see on the earth. I'm just talking about the video game. I think Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder at one point, well, I know Ray Charles could see when he was a real baby, so he still has, when he was real young, you know what I'm saying? If you watch the movie, like he went blind maybe when he was 8 or 9. So he still had, because he's no longer with us in physical, he still had the memory of what things looked like before he went blind. But people that was born blind, like Stevie Wonder, allegedly, where they say Stevie Wonder might actually be able to see, like Shaq said he threw something in front of him and he caught it. There's one time he caught a microphone. But what if he just got the sonar, like a bat, like they know how to project sounds and it bounces off, and so they know where things are. I forget what that type of sight is called, but they build a field of vision based on the sounds that they put out. So so that's maybe how that's all the video game for the deaf people. The video games for the blind people, it's kind of like a bat. When you have, like if you watch Daredevil, the cartoon or the series, his sound is so heightened that he can like visualize the shapes of things. You understand? So he has a field of vision, but it's based purely on sound. So maybe they have video games like that are based on fields of vision. I don't know. I just know I don't want to become that guy that I'm blind. I can't see the video games anymore. I'm not even talking about all the things that I enjoy in life. I think the one thing I would miss the most if my vision was completely gone is the video games. And I already got to wear the readers. I need like my TV too little. I need, like, my TV is on like a 30-inch, 32. I need like an 80-inch TV because sometimes I want to play video games without putting on these reading glasses. I need reading glasses just to properly see the God of War. You know, I need reading glasses just so I don't crash on a racetrack. I need reading glasses just so I can take out these terrorists with my character from The Last of Us. Uncharted. You know, that's what I mean, Uncharted. Last of Us is more of a zombie game. Uncharted is more of an Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom style, made by the same makers. And I'm wondering when they're going to come out with a new Uncharted and when they're going to come out with a new Last of Us. Those games are fantastic. Those are the games that I have to do to satiate my appetite until they come out with Grand Theft Auto Part 6. We have legit, I think Grand Theft Auto, is it 5? Are we waiting for? Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6. Let me look at something real quick. I'll be right back. Part 5 came out September 17th, 2013. I was 34 years old. I am 47. You know? I just turned 47. So it's going on 13 years since that game dropped. Like, a lot has changed in those 13 years. You know what I mean? Obama was still in office. 2013, like, what else? The end of the world that was predicted, that failed. I'm trying to think of some major milestones in the world that happened in 2013. I can't really think of anything major off the top of my head, but all I do know is I was 34. I think at the time I had just started working at Vito's by the water. full time. What else, man? I ain't have no particular girlfriend. I was struggling with the ladies at that time. You know what I mean? I probably had people here and there, but nothing really major. I can't think of any major world event right now off the top of my head. Like in 2013, I can't think of any major celebrity deaths. I can't think of any major winter. I don't know, but I say that to say this. I was 34. I was young. I was handsome. You know, I just finished. I played the GTA 5 for a year, you know what I mean, until 2014, almost damn near until 2016. You know, and a lot of content creators have made a lot of movies based on using the characters, just using the engine of GTA 5. You know, but we've been waiting on this part 6 for a long time. We've had Barack Obama, then we had Trump one time, then we had Joe Biden one time, then we had Trump again. Yeah, that's 12 years. That's 3 presidencies, man. The end of Barack, half of Barack's term, all of Trump, all of Biden. Yeah, so yeah, because Trump was 16 to 20. Yeah, three and a half presidencies, man, since we been having this GTA. We need a GTA 6 to come out. But like I said, because it hasn't come out, I play a lot of games that are like similar but not quite, you know what I mean, like more linear games like Last of Us and Uncharted. Those are more linear games, like you have to follow a strict path. It looks kind of open, but you can't just do whatever. You got to still follow the story a certain way in order for it to be done. Same thing with another game I played was Days Gone. That's a zombie game as well. Your main means of transportation is a motorcycle, and you just rolling through the desolate zombie area, and you're trying to figure out what caused it. Like, I think Days Gone was highly slept on, man. Had a lot of hordes that you would have to take out with like canisters of propane. I work for a propane company, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? Blowing them up, so you would throw them up. You would throw like the big propane canister in the middle of the zombies chasing you, and you just shoot it with your gun or your shotgun and just blow it up. You had the chain guns, man. Like, yeah, that game. Yeah, I hope they come with a Days Gone Part 2. That was actually fun. That was fun. Even though the Last of Us was good, it just didn't have as many hordes of zombies. Like, Days Gone really focused on those hordes, man. Especially that last battle. It's like literally thousands of them. But I got so good at it, I was able to just take them all out, like no problem. Like, once I got real good at it, man, set my booby traps, man, blowing them cats up, man, with the remote mines and leaving landmines down, man, and just, oh my God, yeah, that was a good game. Days Gone was dope. I might just get back into it just for whatever. But right now I'm playing Diablo 4, which is, imagine the game Gauntlet from the NES back in the days. Now imagine it with just way more advanced graphics, and it's really easy. Like, I feel like God, I can't die on the game. Diablo 4, I never die on the game, you know? So really, it's just all about just upgrading my character, upgrading his weapons, and just seeing like the different powers. But when I play Diablo, I feel no sense of danger. I feel like I could never die. But they say it's like that at first, for the first whatever. I've been playing almost 10 hours. But they say it's like that for the first few hours, and then it gets really hard. I'm waiting, pause, no diddy. I'm waiting for it to get that way. I don't know if it's ever going to get that way, but who knows? How did I get into this game conversation? Oh yeah, I got on the game conversation is because if I ever become a quadriplegic and I can only move my head, I'm going to have to play the Days Gone like this. You know what I'm saying? Just, and the girls, you know, and what if I have a girlfriend and I'm a quadriplegic, but all I can move is my tongue, but she accepts the fact that I'm a quadriplegic, and I get really good at pleasing her, because that's the only thing I can do. You know how when sometimes you paralyzed or you blind, like your senses of smell and sound get better. When you blind, you're able to like hear really good and play the piano. When you no longer can use your legs, like you get real strong in your arms and stuff like that. When you can't move your arms and your legs, man, imagine how strong the tongue be. And what if I got a girlfriend, all she want me to do is please her, but I'm like, sometimes I want to please myself. I want to play the game. And I'm playing the game, I'm doing my thing, and then they're like, she take the controller out of her mouth, and then she just sit right there, you know? And I still gotta, you know, I can't defend myself. How does a man who can only use his head defend himself? I can't. I'm a biter, you know what I'm saying? Then if I bite her neither region's a little bit too hard, then I'm gonna get an assault on a clitoris. You know, that's a sexual assault. Even though she assaulted me first because she took the game from me, then sat on my face. But I want to play the game. I want to play with you. So I'm like, so I do the It's like, how could you bite me? Then she telling you, cops on me. Now I'm in the court, quadriplegic with my leg. You know what I'm saying? My legs and my arms not moving. I was like, Your Honor, all I wanted to do was play Diablo 4, but she had other plans. So she took the controller out of my mouth, and then she put her box you know what I'm saying? She put her box in my mouth, and I couldn't defend myself. And the only way that I could get her off is I had to nibble and gnaw, not too hard, but just enough to make her vacate the premises. I just don't want to be there. You know, hopefully that's not my fate, and I would never do that to my lady. And hopefully, you know, she will understand I need the me time with my tongue, my teeth, and my mouth, my lips to play the Halo. And then you have to schedule yourself and put yourself in a proper slot for me to do the duties of a husband to a wife. And since you know I can only control from the shoulders up, that's what it's gonna have to be. You know, I don't want to be that dude. You know, I'm hoping that does not happen. But if it does, I'm prepared to play the video games with my mouth only. If I do go blind, I will definitely try to learn how to play the piano. But I don't, you know what? I don't want to think about that. I'm not trying to do it. I'm done. That was just a rant for the joke's sake. Definitely got some material out of that. I'm gonna talk about the blind dude playing video games. Do women that love men that please with their tongue, if they see, like, not a blind dude, they see a quadriplegic playing the games, like licking, you know what I'm saying, pushing the buttons and doing all this, do it turn some of these freaky women on a little bit to see? Because if that's like some women like being pleased in that manner more than actual coitus. So do they like, you know, most people go on X videos or whatever, and they have their searches. I highly doubt there's quadriplegic adult videos. So if they can't find that, do they go on YouTube? And do they look up quadriplegics that are video game masters? And do they watch that as fodder for their feminine folly? Do they watch that as fodder for their feminine fetishes? You know what's crazy? I knew there was an F word in there that I could use, and I said folly incorrectly. And then I quickly corrected myself, and I said, do they look at that as fodder for their feminine fetishes? Like, I'm using my alliteration skill. Like, my brain, it's crazy. Whenever, because I do use a lot of alliteration in my stand-up. Whenever I think of I'm thinking of a word, I always know there's an alliteration word that I can use for that word. And if I can't find the alliteration word for the source word, I will change the source word just so that I can match the alliteration word that I found. That's like one of my writing techniques that I use. What's going on? Oh yeah, in the news, a lot of chicks are catching the vapors over Michael B. Jordan. Now, The Vapors was a song made by Biz Markie in the late 80s. And basically what the concept is, it's kind of like, and this is an old reference. Mike Jones had the song back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. This is a situation where you used to get roasted on, you used to get put down or whatever, being a nerd, being goofy. In Harvard, we used to call it offies, being an offie. And then you blow up and you're successful, and now all the people that used to make fun of you Now they trying to reach out to you. Yo, I was just messing with you, man. We always been cool. No, you're catching the vapors. Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. I'm all you all. They all on me. Since Michael B. Jordan got the Oscar. Now you still got haters that say, "Oh, he still ain't all that." Whatever. You know. People gonna ride. Some of these hating, bitter ass chicks is gonna ride it until the ride their stance till the wheels fall off, and they always gonna try to crap on Michael B. Jordan, who seemed like he don't bother nobody. But anyway, we know he used to date Lori Harvey a few years ago. He used to be all about her, and she still wanted to run the field. So she dumped him, started dating Diddy's son, started dating Diddy, wound up with Damson Idris. I don't know the exact timeline, but I think Damson Idris was the next cat that she dealt with after she was done with Michael B. Jordan. And even at that time, Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan was Adonis Creed. He's still like, Damson Idris was Franklin Saint. But if you're moving from Killmonger and Creed to Franklin Saint, that's not a lateral movement. That's like, you went from the 12th floor to the 10th floor. I'm sorry. Franklin Saint is cool. That's cool, but Killmonger, on at the time, the biggest Marvel movie of all time, Creed, the continuation of the Rocky franchise, and she dissed him. That wasn't good enough, and she took a few steps back for Damson, and I think Diddy Jr. and Diddy Sr. And so he got the Oscar recently. Now she want to call and say congratulations on your Oscar. And what did he do? He left on read, didn't respond, rightfully so. The greatest revenge is success. And when they reach out, I mean, some people would have took advantage of the situation and just dragged her through the mud. Like Angry Man, it's a podcast I listen to. Angry Man was like, man, I would have dragged her through the mud. I would have said, we going to Turks and Caicos, maybe at the airport, and not showing up. Nah, you don't. If you're going to be that vindictive, you can be. But I always say it's better to just be above them. Be above them. Let your success and whichever damsel, suitor that you choose to have in your life, just let that be a constant reflection to them of what could have been. But you chose to take me for granted and not rock with me. And so, moving on, walking on by. So, she got the vapors. She got the vapors. Because damn, it took like, yo, man, not only was I Killmonger, but I was Creed in 3 different movies. I was Creed 3 times. I was Wallace in The Wire, but, they said he was corny back in the days. In The Wire, Wallace was a corny character. And Angry Man was even saying that out of all the characters, he probably was the most successful one post The Wire. Like Michael K. Williams did his thing a little something. And obviously Wood Harris is a legend. Idris Elba, obviously, but him, he probably the one that's shining the most besides Idris Elba, man, out of all of them, man. And that still wasn't enough for her to want to stay put with him. So she caught the vapors. I hope we continue to leave her on read, man. Don't listen. She had the opportunity while he was popping. It wasn't even when we were shooting in the gym. He was already in the league, and she was giving him a hard time. And so he let it go, or she let it go. I don't know who broke it with who. I'm not sure. And now the chicks is calling, and now the queen leech of all leeches that attaches to every successful black man when he's doing his thing. The great Kim Kardashian made a tweet. Congratulations, Michael B. Jordan, on your Oscar. I don't know exactly what she said, blah, 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 blah. It's a wonderful thing. You should be proud. Is he sing? Matter of fact, she congratulated him, but she did it on some second person ish. I wonder if he's single, asking for a friend. And then Michael B. Jordan responded to the tweet. And he basically said, you know, I'm enjoying this moment. And a lot of people, when people do good things, people try to attach themselves to that moment. He didn't really call her a hoe or a slut, nothing like that. He basically was just on some, don't try to use my moment to try to prop yourself up, man. Like, I'm not falling for this, man. And he just gracefully shut down her advances. For her to say, is he single, asking for a friend? It's like, yo, you a mother, like 3 kids. You just broke up with Kanye West. Who knows where you're like, have some dignity. You can say congratulations without throwing the relationship, the sexual stuff, the innuendos, the flirting, the asking for a friend. You don't got to do that, man. It is extremely tasteless in this particular man's moment. So now we talking more or less, yo, is Kim Kardashian being the thought? We talking more about that than this man becoming like the 6th or 7th lead black Oscar winner, man. There's like Sidney Poitier, and there's like, that's 1. And there's Denzel Washington, that's 2. And then there's Will Smith, that's 3. And then there's Jamie Foxx, that's 4. And there's Forrest Whitaker, that's 5. I think he the 6th one, unless there's another brother in there that I'm missing. Out of 80, 90, or 100 years of Oscars, only 6 brothers got the lead actor award out of like 80 or 90 of them. There's 84 awards with brothers that ain't brothers that got that award, and then he got it. And then you got the women that got it too. I think Monique got it. I think Cicely Tyson. I think Angela Bassett. I don't know these off the top of my head. I should know the ladies. I apologize. But I'm just talking about as far as men, black men winning that. I think Halle Berry got it. She got it. Yeah. Halle Berry. Because they say black men only get it if they grimy and black women only get it if they slutty. So Halle Berry got it. She was a slut, showed her breasts in basketball. I think Cicely Tyson got it back in the day from being a slave or something. I don't know. I think Viola Davis got it, but I don't think she was a lead. I think she was supporting. I'd have to look this up. I don't really know off the top of my head. But the point I'm trying to make is Michael B. Jordan is in rare company right now as far as black male actors winning lead actor, Oscar, the top Academy Award. And Kim Kardashian, low mileage, high mileage, hit the wall. Man, she's still beautiful. Don't get it twisted. But if I'm Michael B. Jordan, I'm not even 40 years old, tall, in great shape, just won the Oscar. Listen, man. Hold up. Somebody trying to call me. I got way better options than Kim Kardashian. Come on, man. Like, celebrities like that with that type of bread, man. You know, I guess it's one of those things where you could say what you would do if you was in that situation, but we can see the data, and these celebrity cats, man, that's always getting these thoughts with the BBLs or getting these recycled Hollywood hoes that have been with basically everybody in the industry. J-Lo done been with hundreds of people. Halle Berry done been with mad different people. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to align yourself with it? Like, you got the pick of dust. You have the pick of the salt of the earth. And you want this piece of glass, man. Come on, yo. You can get any diamond on the planet and you want a cubic zirconia. Come on, man. I think you're better off. I think this is the instance where being a passport bro has an advantage. Just get a beautiful chick that barely speak English from another country. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say which country in particular, because I feel like any country that you say that's not America, people are going to always try to make some gay joke or try to make some type of rapist joke or something like that. I'm just saying, go to another country. Don't flaunt your celebrity. If you're young and you're still handsome, I can go to another country and bag right now. I could bag right in America right now, but I've got my lady and I love my lady. So I ain't going to do it. I'm a fat, pot-bellied, bald-headed dude, and I feel like I could get almost any chick that I want. Because I only want who want me. That's the secret. So I feel like that. Man, imagine if I had the bread, the slimness, the muscles, the youth, the abs, the accolades. I'm never ever worrying about no celebrity chick trying to latch on to me to make their stuff pop off. Hell no. I'm getting me a beautiful waitress from an obscure Denny's in the middle of nowhere that don't like watching TV. I think your best bet if you're a celebrity, just get an Amish chick. Get a chick that's Amish. Amish don't watch TV. The ones that's really following their doctrine. They not watching TV. They don't know nothing about you. So you just go and this I'm going to tell you how to do it too. Because I used to be a truck driver, 18-wheeler driver in Pennsylvania back in 2016. So if you hang out around Allentown, Pennsylvania, Wilkes Barre, you know what I'm saying, near Rochester, New York, King, New York, those types of places, and just go by the Dollar Generals, man. There's always going to be an Amish person pulling up with the cart and the buggy. You're going to find it. And a lot of times the young ladies, they ride the cart, but the adult ladies, they ride the cart and the buggies by themselves. You're going to find one. And just pretend like you interested in their religion, you know what I mean? And then you just take, like when they have their Rumspringer, that's when they take a sabbatical to be a whore. So you got to catch them on their Rumspringer that's when they leave the village and experience the world to see this is what they want. So you catch her on her Rumspringer. Hopefully, you know, she's over the age of 21. Maybe she's taking the Rumspringer a little late. And that's when you catch her, you know what I mean? And she don't know nothing about no celebrities, nothing about the world, nothing like that. And then she could just love you just for what she sees in front of her. And then she's lucky because she fell into the Michael B. Jordan dude that got the Oscars, that got the you know what I'm saying, the movies and the accolades, and he in shape, and she don't know nothing about Hollywood. And you can just mold it completely to what you want. So that's my thing. You're like, when I get famous, you know, I'm gonna still be my lady, but my side piece is gonna be Amish or some type of indigenous woman. Amish are basically indigenous white people because they don't shave, they hairy, they don't watch TV, and they just thick from all the yard, the tilling the land. You got ladies like churning butter and tilling the land, so they got real strong shoulders and booty cheeks because they be pushing the wagons because they cheeks is mad sturdy. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying, celebrity black brothers, especially those millennials and the dudes that's born in like the early 2000s, you know, all they see is BBLs and they think that's just what's beautiful. And all the chicks, all this makeup, like looking like a kabuki theater. Like if you throw water on a lot of these chicks' face nowadays, they have no face. It's just a blank canvas like Mr. Potato Head with no parts. That's how a lot of these chicks look, man. So yeah, he shut Kim Kardashian down, and then he shut Lori Harvey down. Basically, two women that's known for being very promiscuous. That's suitable behavior for a young man, high value man, as the late great Kevin Samuels would say. As a Michael B. Jordan, he needs to be publicly cutting these chicks down, because what it will do is it will send a positive message for young brothers that have all the potential in their life ahead of them and all the possibilities to ignore the machinations of these succubus, demon-like chicks that only want to latch on when they see you finally blowing up, when they used to dish you all the time when you was young, trying to come up. I heard the chick that Michael B. Jordan called out on the red carpet. I guess she doing her thing, you know what I'm saying, it's from a reporter standpoint, you know what I'm saying, interviewing people on red carpets. And she's like, yeah, I used to remember you. He's like, yeah, corny, huh? I was the corny guy, huh? I ain't say that. I didn't mean to. And then later, you know, because he blowing up with the Oscar, they was interviewing her again. She taking advantage of it. She was like, yep, we used to make fun. We didn't make fun of him too much, but we did used to make fun of him because his name was Michael Jordan. Like, Jordan, you ain't no Jordan. You ain't Jordan. So you just say you didn't make fun of him, but you just, right there, you're saying you used to make fun of the fact that he has a name that he had zero control over. That's why he started calling himself Michael B. Jordan. That's dope to separate himself. And then he would have his headshots in school. He's like, why you got your headshot? You think you're going to be some actor, corny Michael Jordan? You got your headshot. So you just said you wasn't making fun of him, but then you used to make fun of him for his name, which he had no control over. And you made fun of the fact that he brought headshots to school. He was actually trying to be something beyond just the normal, everything that all of y'all was conditioning to be. Girl, just take your L. Yes, I used to make fun of him. I feel bad about it. I shouldn't have did that. You got the vapors too. The chick that used to make fun of him in high school on the red carpet, she got the vapors multiple times. Kim Kardashian got the vapors. Lori Harvey got the vapors. Big ups to Michael B. Jordan. Yo, that is all the ranting I wanted to do for you guys. I know there's some funny gems I'm going to go back and listen to. The advice I give to the young up-and-coming comedians, I always say, focus on the funny, forget the drama. If it's something dramaful and if it's negative energy, get away from that, because it ain't about that. It's about making people laugh and having a good time. And how can you truly make people laugh and have a good time if you are unhappy on the inside because you keep putting yourself around toxic individuals that don't want to see you grow or fly? Leave them alone. Leave that nonsense alone. And there is no such thing as writer's block, because of the universe, if the comedy gods stop giving you creative things to write about and to talk about, that is a comedy gods and the universe's way of telling you to work out and perfect the things that it already gave you. That's all I had to say. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Monday is not a day of a depression. Monday is a day of renewal and rejuvenation. And if you are blessed to see that Monday, you have an opportunity to make this week better than the last week. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.